Jim Rohn's Greatest Stoic Wisdom Compilation ** A Journey Through Life's Most Profound Teachings ** The Foundation of Character. In the quiet moments of reflection, when the world seems to pause and wisdom whispers through the corridors of our consciousness, we discover the timeless truths that have guided humanity's greatest minds. Today, we embark on a journey through the profound teachings that blend the practical wisdom of Jim Rohn with the enduring philosophy of the Stoics, a philosophy that has shaped emperors and slaves alike, teaching them that true freedom comes not from circumstances, but from how we choose to respond to them. Jim Rohn once said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But perhaps more importantly, you are the sum of the thoughts you choose to entertain, the principles you decide to live by, and the character you build day by day, choice by choice." The Stoics understood this fundamental truth: we become what we repeatedly do, think, and believe. Consider this moment as the beginning of your transformation. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. The ancient philosopher Epictetus, who rose from slavery to become one of history's most respected teachers, reminds us that wealth consists in not having great possessions, but in having few wants. This isn't about living in poverty, it's about understanding that the richest life is one where you control your desires rather than being controlled by them. The power of personal responsibility. The cornerstone of both Jim Rohn's teachings and Stoic philosophy lies in the unwavering acceptance of personal responsibility. You must take personal responsibility, Rohn emphasized. You cannot change the circumstances, the seasons, or the wind, but you can change yourself. That is something you have charge of. This isn't merely about accepting blame when things go wrong. It's about recognizing the incredible power that lies within your ability to choose your response to any situation. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." These aren't just beautiful words, they're a blueprint for living with unshakable inner strength. Think about the challenges you're facing right now. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "How can I grow from this?" Instead of focusing on what you cannot control, direct your energy toward what you can influence. This shift in perspective doesn't just change your circumstances, it transforms your entire relationship with life itself. Every morning, you wake up with a choice. You can either be the architect of your day or the victim of your circumstances. The Stoics practiced morning reflection, taking time each day to remind themselves of their values, their goals, and their commitment to excellence. Jim Rohn advocated for the same practice, understanding that success is not an accident but the result of intentional, consistent action. The discipline of desire. One of the most profound aspects of Stoic wisdom is learning to want what happens, rather than insisting that what we want must happen. This doesn't mean becoming passive or giving up on your dreams. It means developing the wisdom to distinguish between what you can control and what you cannot, then investing your energy accordingly. Jim Rohn taught that discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. But the Stoics teach us that the highest form of discipline is disciplining our desires themselves. When you can find contentment in the process rather than attachment to specific outcomes, you become unstoppable. You're no longer at the mercy of external validation, market fluctuations, or other people's opinions. Imagine approaching your goals with complete commitment to the effort while remaining unattached to specific results. This paradoxical approach, giving everything while holding nothing, creates a kind of spiritual freedom that allows you to perform at your highest level without the anxiety and frustration that typically accompany intense ambition. The ancient Stoic philosopher Seneca, one of Rome's wealthiest men, understood that true security doesn't come from accumulating possessions but from developing the inner resources to thrive regardless of external circumstances. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor, he wrote. This wisdom applies whether you're building a business, developing relationships, or pursuing any meaningful goal. The art of adversity. Perhaps nowhere do Jim Rohn's practical wisdom and Stoic philosophy converge more powerfully than in their approach to adversity. Don't wish it were easier, Rohn advised. Wish you were better. Don't wish for fewer problems, wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenge, wish for more wisdom. The Stoics viewed adversity not as something to be avoided, but as the raw material for developing character. They understood that just as physical muscles grow stronger under resistance, our mental and emotional muscles develop through facing challenges with courage and wisdom. Every setback contains the seeds of a comeback, but only if you're willing to look for the lesson rather than dwelling on the loss. When Marcus Aurelius faced plague, war, and betrayal during his reign, he didn't ask the gods to remove these challenges. Instead, he used them to deepen his wisdom and strengthen his character. His meditations, written during the most difficult periods of his life, have inspired millions for nearly 2,000 years. This perspective transforms your relationship with difficulty. Instead of seeing problems as evidence that something is wrong with your life, you begin to recognize them as opportunities to develop qualities like patience, resilience, creativity, and wisdom. Each challenge becomes a teacher, each setback a setup for a stronger comeback. Consider the last major challenge you faced. What did it teach you about yourself? What strengths did you discover you possessed? What weaknesses did it reveal that you could work on improving? This isn't positive thinking, it's practical philosophy that turns life's inevitable difficulties into stepping stones for growth. The practice of gratitude and acceptance. Jim Rohn frequently emphasized the transformative power of gratitude. Learn to be thankful for what you already have, while you pursue all that you want. The Stoics took this further, developing practices of gratitude that could sustain them through any circumstance. True gratitude isn't just appreciating the good things in life, it's finding value in everything that contributes to your growth and understanding. This includes the difficult people who teach you patience, the failures that develop your resilience, and the delays that provide time for better preparation. Marcus Aurelius practiced what the Stoics called the view from above, imagining himself from a cosmic perspective, seeing his life as part of a much larger picture. This practice cultivates humility and gratitude simultaneously, helping you appreciate both the magnitude and the briefness of human life. When you truly understand that this moment right now is the only moment you actually possess, you naturally become more present and appreciative. The Stoics called this amor fati, love of fate, not just accepting what happens, but embracing it as exactly what needed to happen for your highest growth and development. The wisdom of time and seasons. Time is more valuable than money, Jim Rohn taught. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. The Stoics understood time as our most precious resource, not to be hoarded but to be invested wisely in activities that align with our deepest values. Seneca wrote extensively about time management, but his approach was fundamentally different from modern productivity advice. Instead of focusing solely on efficiency, he emphasized the importance of living intentionally. It is not that we have a short time to live, he observed, but that we waste a lot of it. The Stoics also understood the concept of seasons, that life has natural rhythms and cycles. There are times for planting and times for harvesting, times for action and times for reflection, times for building and times for letting go. Wisdom lies in recognizing which season you're in and aligning your actions accordingly. This understanding brings both urgency and patience to your life. Urgency because you recognize that your time is limited and precious. Patience because you understand that meaningful achievements unfold according to their own timeline, not necessarily according to your preferences. Building unshakable confidence. True confidence doesn't come from external achievements or other people's approval. It comes from knowing that regardless of what happens, you have the inner resources to handle it with dignity and wisdom. This is the confidence that both Jim Rohn and the Stoic philosophers cultivated and taught. Epictetus, speaking from his experience as a former slave, taught that no one can hurt you without your permission. This isn't about becoming hard or insensitive. It's about developing such a strong sense of your own worth and capability that external events cannot shake your fundamental peace and confidence. This kind of confidence is built through consistent action aligned with your values, through facing fears instead of avoiding them, and through developing skills and knowledge that serve both yourself and others. It's confidence based on competence and character rather than comparison and competition. When you know that you can handle whatever comes your way, you naturally become more willing to take intelligent risks, pursue meaningful goals, and extend yourself in service to others. This creates an upward spiral of growth and contribution that enriches not just your own life, but the lives of everyone you touch. The philosophy of success. Jim Rohn defined success as the progressive realization of a worthy goal. The Stoics would add that true success includes maintaining your integrity and peace of mind throughout that realization. Success without virtue, they taught, is not success at all, it's merely the accumulation of external things that can be lost as quickly as they were gained. The most successful people throughout history have understood this principle intuitively. They pursued excellence not just in their work but in their character. They built wealth, but they also built wisdom. They achieved recognition, but they never lost sight of what truly mattered. This approach to success is sustainable because it's not dependent on external validation or circumstances. When your sense of success is rooted in your commitment to growth, service, and virtue, you can maintain that success regardless of what happens in the external world. Consider redefining success in your own life. Instead of measuring success solely by external metrics like income, possessions, or recognition, include internal metrics like peace of mind, the quality of your relationships, your contribution to others' well-being, and your own personal growth and character development. The power of influence and leadership. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, Jim Rohn observed, highlighting the profound impact of our social environment on our development. The Stoics understood that we are both influenced by others and influencing them, creating a responsibility to be intentional about both the company we keep and the example we set. Leadership, from this perspective, isn't about position or authority, it's about influence. And the most powerful influence comes from living your values consistently, treating others with respect and dignity, and pursuing excellence in everything you do. Marcus Aurelius, despite being the most powerful man in the Roman Empire, wrote extensively about the importance of serving others and using power responsibly. He understood that true leadership is about making everyone around you better, not about accumulating personal advantage. This applies whether you're leading a team of thousands or simply influencing your family and friends through your example. Every interaction is an opportunity to either lift others up or bring them down, to contribute to their growth or to their stagnation, to be a source of inspiration or discouragement. The daily practice of philosophy. Both Jim Rohn and the Stoic philosophers emphasized that philosophy is not an abstract academic exercise, it's a daily practice that transforms how you live. They developed specific practices and routines that reinforced their principles and helped them maintain perspective during challenging times. The Stoics practiced morning reflection, setting their intentions for the day and reminding themselves of their values and commitments. They practiced evening review, honestly assessing their actions and looking for opportunities to improve. They studied the lives and teachings of exemplary people, using them as models for their own development. Jim Rohn advocated for similar practices, setting goals, reviewing progress, reading books that challenge and inspire, and constantly working on personal development. He understood that success is not a destination but a daily practice of doing the right things consistently over time. These practices don't require hours of meditation or complicated rituals. They require consistency and intention. 5 minutes of morning reflection, 10 minutes of evening review, 30 minutes of reading wisdom literature, and conscious attention to your thoughts and reactions throughout the day can transform your entire life experience. The legacy of wisdom. As we come to understand and embody these timeless principles, we become part of a tradition that stretches back over 2,000 years, a tradition of people committed to living with wisdom, virtue, and purpose. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's not about never failing, it's about failing forward, learning from every experience, and becoming a little bit better each day. The wisdom of Jim Rohn and the Stoic philosophers offers us a roadmap for navigating life's challenges with grace and achieving success that is both meaningful and sustainable. But wisdom unused is merely interesting information. The transformation happens when we take these ideas and put them into daily practice, when we align our actions with these timeless principles. Your life is your message to the world. What message are you sending? Are you demonstrating that it's possible to live with integrity in challenging times? Are you showing others that it's possible to pursue ambitious goals while maintaining inner peace? Are you proving that success and virtue can go hand in hand? The continuous journey. The path of wisdom is not a destination but a journey, a daily commitment to growth, learning, and service. Every morning brings new opportunities to apply these principles, to test your understanding against real world challenges, and to deepen your character through conscious choice and consistent action. Remember that the goal is not to become perfect, but to become authentic, to align your actions with your deepest values, to treat others with the respect and dignity you want for yourself, and to contribute something meaningful to the world during your brief time here. The ancient Stoics faced wars, plagues, political upheaval, and personal tragedies. Jim Rohn faced poverty, business failures, and health challenges. Yet both discovered that these external circumstances, however difficult, could not touch the essential core of who they chose to be. They found that true freedom, happiness, and success come from within, from the cultivation of wisdom, the practice of virtue, and the commitment to continuous growth. As you move forward from this moment, carry with you the understanding that you have everything you need within you right now to begin living at a higher level. You don't need perfect circumstances, unlimited resources, or other people's approval. You need only the willingness to take responsibility for your choices, to learn from your experiences, and to keep moving in the direction of your highest aspirations. The wisdom is available. The path is clear. The only question remaining is, will you walk it? Your journey of transformation begins with the very next choice you make. Make it count. Make it worthy of the person you're becoming. Make it a step toward the legacy you want to leave. The greatest adventure of your life, the adventure of becoming who you're truly capable of being, starts now. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Jim Rohn You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius